Welcome to SATAC's Year 12 Information Series, where we give you the key things that you need to know when applying to TAFE SA and university. We hope that this series is helpful, but as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us by phone, email, or in person, and we'll make sure that you get the help you need. This is the third of 3 videos. If you haven't yet checked out videos 1 and 2, I recommend you go back and catch up on what we've looked at there before you continue on. In this final video of the series for IB students, we're going to be talking about the topic that we get the most questions about at SATAC, Year 12 scores and ranks. We're going to start with what each of the main scores and ranks are and how they're calculated. We're talking about the diploma score, the IBAS, and your combined rank, as well as how adjustment factor schemes are applied. So let's start with the diploma score and the IBAS. Your diploma score is out of 45 points and is calculated by the IBO based on your results. The IBO will give us all Australian IB scores as soon as they're released. Remember to ensure that you've given permission for us to receive your results so that we can process them straight away. Once we have your diploma score, we will then give you a more granular score called the International Baccalaureate Admissions Score, or the IBAS. The IBAS will start with the same whole number as your diploma score. We simply add increments of 0.25. For example, if you get a diploma score of 38, then your IBAS would either be 38.00, 38.25, 38.5, or 38.75. This accounts for your average performance within each band of subject results. The IBAS will be communicated to you through your school, even if you don't have a SATAC application. In order to allow you to compete against people who have an ATAR, we will use the more granular IBAS and convert it to an equivalent ATAR on a range from 0 to 99.95. This rank will function just like a regular ATAR, and the rest of the process is the same for you and applicants who studied any Australian curricula. This equivalent ATAR is called a combined rank. It's important to remember that the IBAS and the combined rank don't replace your diploma score, which will always be the score given to you by the IBO. If there are any updates to your diploma score as a result of an inquiry upon results or an EUR or other changes from the IBO, they'll inform us and then we will recalculate your IBAS and your combined rank accordingly. You can rest assured that we are in constant communication with the IBO whenever there are changes to the final result of IB students who've studied in Australia, and those updates will be reflected in your SATAC application if you have one. As an IB student, you are entitled to any adjustment schemes for which you are eligible. If there are any adjustments based on equity or language, literacy and numeracy schemes, this will be calculated as part of your combined rank. We're going to discuss adjustments in more detail soon. Many course entries will have this table, called the ATAR profile. This table gives you the highest, median and lowest entry score that was given an offer in that course in the previous year. So here we're looking at the 2025 example for the Bachelor of Archaeology at Flinders University. Of course, we cannot predict what the cohort will look like each year, which is why we give you the figures from the year before. I'm recording this in 2025, so the 2024 figures are the most up-to-date that I have. On the left side, you'll see the highest, median and lowest score that was offered based on the ATAR last year, and on the right, you have the same thing but for selection ranks with adjustment factors, if they apply. Your combined rank is comparable to the Year 12 selection rank, as any adjustments would apply to your combined rank, so you should look at the right-hand side. In 2024, offers were made to people with a selection rank as high as 92.7, but that isn't really the important number for you. The much more important number is the median. Remember, the median is the exact middle score, not the average. So if 101 people were offered a place in this course, there would have been the same number of people with a selection rank higher than 76.9 as those who had lower. So about 50 people's ranks would sit either side. This can then be a guide as to whether your selection rank might be competitive for this course based on last year's cohort, keeping in mind that this changes yearly. The university's equity scheme grants 5 points in one of 2 ways, either based on your school of enrolment or on your individual circumstances. When you're filling out your SATAC application and enter details of your Year 12 studies, it will identify in real time if you're enrolled at an equity school. If you are, then there's nothing more that you need to do, and the 5 points will be applied automatically once your results are attached to your application. If you're not at an equity school, a subsequent page will appear for the university's equity scheme, asking if you want to apply. It will give you information about eligibility criteria for individual equity, what information and documents are required, and if you want to apply, you can do it within the same application. If you're eligible, the points will be applied once your results are available. It's 5 points regardless of which way you qualify for the scheme, and it's available for all of our undergraduate courses. Then we have the university's Language, Literacy and Mathematics scheme, which grants 2 points per subject up to a maximum of 4 points for successful completion of the subjects listed here. And you don't need to apply for these either. We'll know once we have your results which subjects you did and what your results were. While the equity scheme is available for all degrees, there are about 4 or 5 courses which don't use the Language, Literacy and Mathematics scheme. You can check the list on our website. These adjustment schemes were designed to be applied to the SACE aggregate scores, not the ATAR. So how does it apply to the IB? What we'll do for IB students is figure out what the equivalent SACE aggregate score would have been for you based on your combined rank. We then apply the adjustment points to that equivalent aggregate score and recalculate your combined rank, just like we do for SACE students. This means that you are not likely to see your combined rank change by the exact adjustment you qualify for. An easy way to see if adjustments have been applied is to check your IBAS against the IBAS to combined rank conversion table in the IB tertiary entrance booklet, which we've published on our website. If your mySATAC application shows a Year 12 selection rank that is higher than your expected combined rank, then adjustments have been applied. The last thing I want to go over with you is what your scores will look like in mySATAC. Now, when you apply, it's highly likely that your results won't be out yet, and you therefore won't be able to see any ranks next to your preferences. After the results come out, you'll be able to see your Year 12 selection rank against your preferences. For most of you, that's going to be very straightforward with the same rank against all of your preferences. But for some of you, however, it might be a little bit more complex. There are some courses that have extra requirements. Now, we talked about those in the first video. Remember how the institutions will look after things like the UCAT portfolios and auditions? These extra requirements are a critical part of the selection process for these courses. The Year 12 selection rank forms part of that scoring system used, but not all of it. And for that reason, we don't display the Year 12 selection rank against those kinds of preferences. You may also find that you have 2 different scores. If you have one or more of the preferences that do not use the university's Language, Literacy and Mathematics scheme, you might see a different Year 12 selection rank dependent on whether each preference accepts the scheme. We hope this has clarified some things for you around your Year 12 results and what goes into each different figure. However, you're always welcome to give us a call at SATAC if you have any further questions regarding this. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with the rest of your studies and whatever you choose to do next year. We'll be here if you need us.